the days of pointing to other groups and say, look at what these people did to you, look what those people did to you, but I'm your brother, those days are over with. What we have to understand is that Psalms 83 is pretty much anyone who does not follow our power. And I had a situation I talked about in a live last night on YouTube, how I was at a basketball game and there was a bunch of these Persians there, and he had an issue with a ref, so-called brother, Negro, and he fixed his mouth to sit there and yell to his wife and say that he kicked me out of the game because he knows that he's beneath me. Now, see, these people think that they are above us. Everyone thinks that they are above us. But then in our faces, they'll sit there and try to push hey, man, we're all equal. We're all brothers, man. We all need to work together because the system is oppressing all of us the same way. And that nothing can be further from the truth. These people hate us. They don't care about our suffering, but they're quick to want us to, join hand in hand with them and pray for them and want justice for things that happen to their people. All the while, they ignore our plight and the things that our people have gone through, and that will continue no more. You guys, you Persians, you Arabs, whatever else, where do you think you get your, just because the world tells you that you are the ancient people from these areas, doesn't make it so. Now that you guys are bringing up the fact that Ish has no ties to that land, how do we know that you have ties to those lands? How do we know if you guys are cousins and you're saying that those people don't belong there, then how do we know that you belong there? Because Palestine, last time I checked, was a Hamitic land, was a land of Hamites. Egypt is actually Mizraim, another Hamite, right? From the line of Ham. So if the Ethiopians are Hamites and Canaan were Hamites and they have the curse of Ham, and they were supposed to be in perpetual slavery, then how is all of a sudden you are supposedly Palestinians, Canaanites, Hamites, you're supposed to be the exact brothers and sisters of Ethiopians, but you hate so-called black people? You think the so-called black people are beneath you? How does that work exactly? But let me show you exactly, you know that you actually just copied our information once again. See, this is about the whole revelation, is that you aren't who you think you are. You aren't as great as you seem to think you are as well. Your history, who you think you are, you've stolen from us. And this is why these books have been hidden, so that you can run around here thinking that you're better than everyone else, or thinking you're better than us anyways. But the truth is going to come out, and it's going to catch you slipping, like it's going to catch you right now. Quick review: the Acts of the Apostles, chapter 29. You're going to see why they hid all this stuff right here. Okay? Right here. Chapter 1, verse 13. And it came to pass that certain of the Druids came unto Paul, privately, and showed by their rites and ceremonies they were descended from the Jews, which escaped from bondage in the land of Egypt. And the apostles believed these things, and they gave them the kiss of peace. So a bunch of you Arabs now are sitting there and admitting the fact that the people that are over there in the lands aren't the Israelites. Okay? So if you know those who aren't the Israelites, okay, then you must know who they are. Now I'm showing you that in Acts 29, the Druids and the Israelites were synonymous. They were the same people. Okay? So let's see where you got some of your history from. Right here, Ireland, Ur of the Chaldees, by Anna Wilkes. So right here, Arabs preserved many Celtic significations, okay, and many legends, customs, and religious rites. Oh, I'm sorry, Arabs. So you thought you came up with all this stuff and that you were the originators of this information? No, you weren't. You jacked that, just like you guys are all jacking stuff from us and acting as if it was yours originally. Again, Arabs did what? Preserved many Celtic significations and many legends, customs, and religious rites. So, many of the rites that you guys practice, yeah, that came from us. So please miss us with we're superior, you're beneath me, okay? What is called Arab tradition is often corroborative of Celtic tradition, as well as Old Testament history. Kedar Idris to the Arabs signifies the holy place of Enoch. Strange, this should be the name of a mountain in the Principality of Wales. The Arab history of Ad and Thamud, Hud, Salah, those who dwelt in Al-Ras, and the inhabitants of the woods near Midian is singularly enough drawn from the traditions preserved, in the verses of the Okkads, bearing almost perfect resemblance to the triads. So again, a perfect resemblance of the triads of the who? Of the Druids. The Okkads or holy field suggests the idea of religious teaching. The Akkad, of Genesis is not only one of the beginnings of Nimrod's kingdom, for from it as an institution arose the Akkadas of Ireland, the Akkads of Arabia, the academies of Greece. How near this bears upon the Cadmus, which is said to have introduced letters into Greece, is better seen when we consider that the Phoenician alphabet had like an old Irish, but 16 letters. So just so you know that you jacked the Israelites, and so did the Greeks, right here. That the Hebrew and the Irish languages reciprocate many of their words is as true as that the people who once spoke Hebrew had a common origin with those of the Celts. First, by the Greeks, who were nearly innocent of who the Gadals or Gales were, and of their country, even in the time of Pythagoras, who nevertheless has acknowledged he was taught much of his philosophy by one of their country, the Druid Alberus. This fact has the advantage of special authentication. And if we are to see anything in it, it is that there was a high state of civilization and learning in the land of Arborus, while the philosophy and learning of Greece, this next page, was as yet unsystematized. And as its people only striving to know how to perpetuate their glory. So please, stop with trying to act as if somehow you are better than, or that you have more knowledge and understanding, or that we are beneath you. Because trust me, we are not. We were put down for a time, but now we are being raised back up. So if you want to go ahead and show us the proof of where you had all this knowledge before and that this was originally yours, just because they changed the pictures and they whitewash things and make it seem as if and they just tell you that you were there all the time, doesn't make it so. We have the receipts and we have information that proves that you just jacked our information, that you made certain books and certain chapters of books, you outlawed them because you see the connection between the Israelites and the Druids. Now you're sitting here, you're doing our job for us. You're admitting the fact that they're not the people. But then you won't go as far as to admit who are the people, because then you'll realize that, we learned all this stuff from these so-called Negroes. We learned all this stuff from these so-called black people. And we got all this information from them, and then we lied about it and made it sound like we were the originators of it when we never were. Thank you, Father, for bringing this information together. And thank you for choosing us and turning your face back to us. Shalom.